they never fail. Left by the wise, time be truthful, a force to be reckoned with. They on a mission to uncover the secrets, dismantle the myth. Oh yeah, truth mafia, they got it going on. Searching for the truth, they won't stop till it's known. Ooh, the Illuminati better watch their backs. The truth mafia is coming for 'em, yeah, that's a fact. Truth mafia, the warriors of light, fighting in the shadows, they won't go down without a fight. United we stand, together we rise, against the powers that be, exposing their lies. Truth mafia, the warriors of light, fighting in the shadows, they won't go down without a fight. United we stand, together we rise, against the powers that be, exposing their lies. Truth mafia.
Welcome to another episode of Truth Mafia News with your host, Tommy Truthful, and my co-host, my father, Papa Truthful. What's up, Pops?
What's up, son? What's up, brothers and sisters? I hope you're all having a wonderful and blessed day.
Yeah, we got an exciting episode today. So I'm just going to brush on the topics real quick. And then we'll come back to it. We got these wildfires in Mexico burning out of control, and they're in the evacuation. They're sending everybody to Roswell. That area was famous for the whole alien connection. And Roswell, the alien stuff popped up there right after Jack Parsons, who was a rocket scientist. He did this ritual called the Babylon workings. And he opened some interdimensional gateway to create some sort of a moon child that would be birthed in the astral plane. So right after he does that, Aleister Crowley dies, who was the protege. Jack Parsons was the protege of Aleister Crowley and carried on his Amalantra teachings, right? Which the clips that we just had recently, them days right there, the 8th, 9th, and 10th, was the 3 days that Crowley was reaching out to this entity named Lamb that looks very much like a gray alien. So we have the wildfires burning. We had Justin Timberlake recently arrested on the 18th. Donut did a little breakdown on it. It's a form of meme magic. And this was a major meme that went viral. The guy to the left there, he was some dude that was locked up his picture went so crazy viral with women, which shows how messed up society really is. Because, it's a guy getting out of prison and all these women are wanting to date him. Our society is just so crazy now. But this fire that's taken place, Dad, what do you think about this going on over there in New Mexico? Have you ever been to New Mexico, Pops?
Well, we drove through New Mexico when we came from California back to Texas. So it's quite interesting place. But I've never been there to visit, like to stay and, to visit the place. But it's interesting that that's going on. All these different fires all have a reason, a goal to accomplish. That's for sure, right? There's no doubt about it. What do you think this one is, son? What do you think the goal of this fire is?
Well, I personally believe that they're trying to get. You notice all these weather anomalies and all the fires are hitting, especially people like in the country. So Texas got hit real hard in the rural areas. Oklahoma got hit real hard in the rural areas. And these are all the areas that they want to get us out of, Pops, to get us into their, 15-minute smart cities. And just think about it from their perspective. If you was in charge of creating these smart cities and the smart grid, you could tear everything down, right? Which is going to cost you trillions of dollars to do that, to roll out your new smart grid. Or you could just have a bunch of fires, burn shit down.
Oh, yeah. Then you come in, you get the land for pennies on the dollar. You scoop up everything for a very, very low thing. One thing, we didn't say, hey, everybody share this all over the internet. Let's get these numbers up nice and high. We got some great information also we're going to be releasing to you towards the probably middle third part of this situation on something that I call him TJ, that's my son, but Tommy Truthful and I have been working with for about since October, November of last year, and we're going to talk about that today. But these fires are for a purpose. They either want to drive people somewhere or they want to grab the land and dirt cheap and start. Most of these fires, I think they're hitting it from the laser. You see a lot of these lasers coming down.
Oh yeah, dude, they got a new one now, Pops. It's called Dragon Fire. So they got
fire.
Yeah, dude. It really came out in 2017. So, but they really released it to the public in a big push in 2023, right? And if you really study the occult, they have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. It's some form of universal law. They believe it frees them karmically if they.
Right.
It's like if I had a soda that I put a poison ingredient in, and I sell that soda to you, but on the can of the soda it says, poison ingredient, you'll die if you drink this, then you really committed suicide.
Right, because you already were forewarned of it, and that's the way they work. Soon, we were talking about earlier, about the food supply in this country, right? So, there's a lot of fires that have been going on. This Roswell fire, we'll get more into it, but there's been a lot of fires going on with different farms, right?
Yeah.
Just in different food production situations, like boom, this stuff just goes up. Remember Jim Belushi? Dan Aykroyd played the movie with his brother, I think, John Belushi. Correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters, but I think Jim Belushi, he grows weed, right? He grows medical marijuana, right? And so he thought somebody hit his barn with some kind of weapon, but it ended up being actually the electric cart that they drive around on the property.
Yeah.
Caught on fire and burned the whole damn thing down. But there's a lot of these food manufacturers that have been burned to the ground too. And some of it's been arson, but some of it, they can't explain it. Look at what happened in Hawaii.
Yep.
All of a sudden the blue roofs are okay. Everybody that didn't have a blue roof, they're burned to the ground, but trees are still standing.
And Pops, check this out. So that happened on 8/8, right? During the Lionsgate portal, which me and that's a prime time for energy exchanges. They love to do energetic rituals during this time because they're harvesting that loose energy. And on 8/8, in the 808 area code, the fire pops off in Maui, home of the 808. So, it's just like you got to be kind of crazy not to see it.
Well, more into this Roswell, we know that's where they were doing all they found those UFOs. They were doing testing over there. They have a lot of stuff, whether it's, in the mountain underground. I mean, there's so many freaking underground cities, all over the world. And I know some people say some of them have been taken out. Look, I'm sure some have. I'm sure a lot haven't. I'm sure there's a lot still there, right? And because these things have been being built for thousands of years. It's funny, son. People think that we're this world have been around 6,000 years, but yet we've been around way longer than that. And they found, and by the way, nuclear bombs have been used on this planet before. Yeah, they found a city 65 feet underground over in India that was dated back ridiculous amount of time back, that was obliterated by a nuclear bomb, right? Sodom and Gomorrah was another city that potentially could have been devastated by a nuclear bomb, by maybe angelic beings, not from the reptilian side of the equation, but that city, there's so much stuff going on. I mean, what we're seeing here on planet Earth, with the Russians and being next to Cuba, right off of Florida, and just, the United States, the whole system is just ready to fall apart. I mean, you look at these numbers, the financial numbers of the country. My God, get out of the freaking retirement funds, get out of the healthcare system, for God's sakes. That's 3 trillion plus right there. They've already robbed all of that, right? They robbed those accounts. And then you got another trillion in debt. Then you got another almost trillion, 880 some thousand, because we're the force to go take everybody's shit, or excuse my French, around the world, right? Around the world, we just steal everybody's shit. If we don't like what you're doing, we're going to come take your stuff. We're going to take your oil. We're going to take your natural resources. You want to put your currency on gold and gold? No, we're killing you, and we're taking all your shit. We're putting terrorists in there. We're going to get it all crazy. I mean, it is a sad thing that the United States is known for all the bad things, being number one at the bad things. And then when it comes to education or anything like that, we're at the bottom of the list. And another thing today we were discussing earlier on the mastermind was about that most people are suffocating, that they're not breathing through their nose and out their mouth with their stomach, like you would take one of those fans, so they're suffocating. Also in your environment, and I just, when we were talking about this, Brother Jared was talking about it, made a lot of sense to me, because, son, I breathe, I take a lot of stuff to improve myself, to get my mind, and I'm working on continuing to lose weight. I lose weight in Dominican Republic. I lose it just based on doing the same amount of activity I'm doing. And then when I come back to the United States and I start eating this garbage over here, even though it says organic, with the bananas bending like rubber, I gain it back. It's just amazing, what's going on with that aspect of it. But I want to tell everybody, and then we'll get back to the Roswell fires. And I've been saying this to you, son, too. And, I know your mom and them are preparing, but make sure look, the light wins. The creator wins. End of story. Wouldn't you agree, son?
Dad, what you just talked about with us suffocating,
yeah.
I want to show you this slide. There was a slide that came out a couple years ago that talked about this alien agenda, where they were slowly, like, that's what they were doing, using some type of asphyxiation shit, excuse my language, and it was slowly killing us. And by 2029, that's the year I think that Apophis comet comes. That's when they're supposed to make their final move. So there was already like this whole conspiracy out there about a reptilian Draco alien. That's the breed of this alien. It's a Draconian. So
they don't teach you how to breathe, right? And then we don't have plants. We're cutting down all our trees. And in the schoolrooms, by the way, they say that the average good air quality, right, in a room is say 500. I'm using this as an example, okay? And say that, like, anything over that is getting worse, 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 and worse and worse. Well, they've measured it in the classrooms with our children. And it's just an example. There's a device they use, and it was like a 1200. And that's an example, from a 5 to a 12. Meaning, and at 12, or I'm sorry, it was 1200 that it affects their ability to learn by 50%. They went into the schools and it was 1500. Okay. So we are literally suffocating to death. They're literally most people don't breathe through the fire and out through the water and pump the stomach and take in the air and then hold it for a few seconds, breathe it out. If you want to build that energy, you want to build, some people call it chi, the life force, the God. We live within God. God lives within us. But the energy, like, I was looking around, and you all can see, this is my upstairs office here. I have no plants. So I'm thinking I got to get some plants this week, because what is my room? What is my room? What is this? Maybe I'm like, who knows? And so we all have to be really conscious of our area. Because when I was listening to Jared, I talked to people about proper breathing, but when I was listening to him about this testing that went on, and that you're breathing back in this instead of oxygen, CO2, and it really is affecting your entire system, including your energy body, because you're not getting the proper oxygen to any of the cells or the organs or anything. And that is a big problem. And by the way, that is that's the way that these people want that to be, the reptilians.
They say so. This is talking about they're in a deep underground secret base by Dulce, New Mexico. The U.S. government, NSA secret Black Op 47 levels above top secret. I don't even know if that's a thing, but sold us out these aliens in exchange for their technology. So there's like this whole human trafficking breeding program going on with these entities, and some people think of them as like the fallen, right? Or are they aliens? I don't think they're from another star system like that's explained to us. I think they're interdimensional, but they have fully enslaved us through their technology, right? It's all their technology. All this technology, just like that thing that's taken place right now in New Mexico. If you look at the longitude and latitude, you see we get the number 34 starting there with the first number, right? And what's 34? Just looking at the number 34. Well, we know that's tied to their alien agenda and tethered. All this technology being tethered to them, the archons, or this AI consciousness that they're using to enslave humanity. So we touched that last time a little bit when we did the one about evil and CERN.
Right.
And now, yeah, that was our.
Yeah, those are some awesome images that you got going on there, son. What do you think, brothers and sisters? Those are some. You're making all of that with the AI, correct?
Oh yeah. I make little AI. I do this. I make the back part with the AI, and then I build on it. I put all those slides, like the information on it. But
Absolutely.
I create the base with the AI. Dude, what you can do now with AI is so unreal, pops. Like,
well, son, remember we're talking about that we're working on getting a guest on. Talks about that talks about the AI basically that's been gobbling up worlds and galaxies, humanity, galaxies, worlds. And I think it was our first show or our second show when you and I were talking. Now, remember, AI is if this gentleman is correct, and I'm on with him, always creator willing tomorrow, because I want to bring him on our show and let him. He's written 2 books. I think I showed him before, and a young brother like my son here, and he's got a great information to put out there. And again, when you get information, whether it's from me or my son or anyone, continue to build your relationship with the creator, give the time that's necessary to get the discernment that you need, that feeling, and you'll be able to decipher what is real and what is not real. And if it might all be real, what I mean? Who knows? But at the end of the day, we're going to get into that AI conversation, TJ.
That'll be awesome, Dad, because this whole tethered thing, it ties into the AI takeover, their smart cities, their smart grid. And, I teach this all the time. Every letter, every number, it holds an energy, a frequency, colors.
Sure it does.
So, they're charging up certain energies, just like when I look at the longitude and latitude of the location where these fires are taking place. And guys, let's not forget, everybody in the comments, what did I tell you back in April when me and Donut did that show? What to look out for was fires. I said this will be the worst year of fires we've ever seen. And, we're already off to a great start. They did a shooting ritual exactly 41 days after the eclipse. Remember, we had the fires start in Texas 41 days before the eclipse. And then 2017, we had the Las Vegas shooting 41 days after it. So I knew there would be something 41 days after it this year, which there was. Some type of shooting event. They're going to keep pushing the shooting ones, guys, because they're trying to take our weapons. That's what's behind that whole agenda to get the
They, at the end of the day, and I, son, I was talking about this to you earlier. And I first want to say something about, son, you know how you used to have the healing music frequency videos on your site? We're going to, and by the way, my son is involved with me, not only, with what we're doing with Truth Mafia, but what the whole thing that we're doing. And we're going to get into some of the solutions that we're involved in to actually take this country back here in the United States, which will help take the world back, get rid of these demonic, draconian, reptilian pieces of garbage. And with the creator, of course, empowering a lot of what you would call the sons and daughters of God, the people that are focusing again on relationship and really getting involved in putting the time in and what it takes to make it happen. I have to be very careful now at this point of my journey to think about something too strongly, because it manifests.
Yeah.
Okay? It manifests, and it's only going to get bigger for people that are walking down that path that the creator has put out for them. But the healingfrequencymusic.com link, I'm going to share that in a little bit. You all can go there and play it. I was on with a gentleman, Brother Ryan, today. He said he's been listening it for 2 weeks, son. 2 weeks. He said it's just transformed things. And again, you got to put, I heard one sister here said that she had 125 plants right here. 100 earth skin, sister earth skin there. I have over 125 plants in my house. My kids hardly get sick. And I was looking through my house. I ain't got a freaking plant. Do you, son, have any plants in your house?
No, I don't. Well, yeah, I do, but they're the kind you roll up and blaze,
Oh, well, yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, not one freaking
but
plant.
I do know, Dad. I live in a legal state where I can grow a certain amount.
No, that's good. That takes in the CO2 too, so that you have plants in your house. I have nothing in my house. And how many brothers and sisters do have plants or don't have plants in their house? Just shout it down.
Put a 1 if you have plants and a 2 if you have no plants in the comments.
Yeah, 1 if you have plants, 2 if you have no plants, because
we are live, guys. I seen a couple of y'all asking that. Yes, we are live. And censorship has really ramped up. So when you watch this after, they're doing something that it's not allowing you to get a notification or something, because a lot of people are telling me after the fact that, they didn't get no notification or whatever the case may be. I've also found out yesterday, Facebook, I was sharing directly from my website, and the post was just disappearing. It was just going away. So, me and Dad think we figured out some ways around that stuff, but we're battling with this type of stuff every day, guys, trying to get the information out.
And we're building a huge page. I mean, My Patriots Network and Truth Mafia are the biggest brands within what my son and I are doing. Okay. But we're now bringing in to this whole network a whole bunch of patriot influencers that with our collaboration with Sovereign Radio and CSPOA and NPN, and we're going to have a huge ability to get more word out there, and also give brothers and sisters that have something to say that is going to help the people on the planet. They got a solution to be able to have a way to get it out. And, we've been working hard on that. Also, son, I didn't even tell you this, and I want to tell you this now on live here, is I'm going to be working with some people that are working on the alternative to this current internet. Okay? Because if they black out the internet, then you know what I'm saying? So there is an alternative that is operational and is being tested, and some things are going on, and I've been invited to get involved in that based on, I've been on, the internet doing business since what is it, son? I mean, you were a youngster when I started. doing business online. I think it was
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in '95.
You've definitely been doing it for a long time. And I always wondered, Dad, why we don't do that. Like, why we can't just build our own internet.
Well,
They
there's some people doing it that are up. Listen, there's a lot of people that have wealth that don't want this, that don't want this evil, that don't want this bad stuff, that wants people to have, the necessities, Again, there's some things I don't believe that should be profit. I don't believe that energy should be a profit source. I don't believe that water should be a profit source. Sorry. I don't believe that. I believe that people should be able to get a house a lot easier. I believe that all of these necessities. I believe that healthcare needs to be more of a nonprofit. Not that you don't reward the health people, but they get rewarded based on how well are your patients, not how many drugs you've prescribed to them or how many, whatever else you give them that does the completely opposite of wellness, right? Of wellness. And so, we have a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, brothers and sisters. And my son and I are going to be talking about the community and everything. That will be the free community. We'll be talking about that either next week or right the week of the 4th of July, Independence Day. And we're going to be bringing that out to everybody. So make sure that you start sharing that we're having this show. And we're going to start getting this show out to more people. I haven't emailed this show out not once, but we're going to start doing it because we're going to bring more and more information to the table, to the public, of things that you need to do and how we're going to get through this together. And by declaring and decreeing as the sons and daughters of the Most High and preparing and getting involved in solutions and not hiding under the couch.
yeah, it doesn't help. Hey, and speaking of the news, Dad, did you see this story, bro? So now FEMA opens to they got this new thing now where it's legal for them to recognize extreme heat as major disasters.
That they're not going to categorize them as major disasters, correct?
No, that extreme heat, they can recognize them as extreme major disasters. So they're causing the whole global warming shit. And now they're, look, guys, the new green is the new red. Them are the communists. It is. It's the new freaking communist movement, this whole green thing. But for them to put up their smart grids, their smart cities, this is trillions of dollars going into this stuff. And now FEMA has this where they can declare a federal emergency, for it being too hot outside.
Well, then they can clamp down on everything, right? They can
yeah.
clamp down on everything and do whatever they want to do to the people. But, at the end of the day, the light is winning and is going to continue to win. And even though some people might leave this planet, and there will be a lot of people that unfortunately are going to leave this planet, there is no death. So there's nothing to fear because you're eternal. Your spirit is eternal. So even if we lose casualties of war here as we're working on putting this planet into heaven on earth for our children and our grandchildren. I mean, I'm not going to get into something that's going to get us in trouble here, but my God, what's going on with the children? And that's all I'm going to say. And from suffocating them in the school system, is there plants in these classrooms? Where if they're at a 1,500, but a 1,200, cuts their learning capabilities down 50%. And you wonder why you see some of these people running around looking like who knows what they're looking like. I got to be careful, but it is an embarrassment. It is a disgrace of how and we all sat by, the people of the light, the people that love God and love people and want good for people and want people to be able to raise their family and make a living and give to their community and all work together and love each other. Those type of people We sat idly by and allowed them to take over every single freaking system that we've got. Every pillar of society they have taken over. But there is things happening that are the creators working through people, like always happens, to get on those things back. But it ain't like you're going to get it back easily. Okay. I mean, it's not like it's going to happen overnight. And there's going to be a lot of fires and a lot of tribulation that everybody's got to walk through and trials. But at the end of it, you know, my goal is at 59 years young, before I leave this planet, before I finish accomplishing what the creator brought me back here for, and what I agreed to do that I don't remember 100%. It's coming back clearer as my, you know, the spiritual connection gets stronger and stronger. I would like to see my TJ and my children, other children, and my grandchildren, and all you folks and their children, and, you know, all of our other generations having an opportunity to have, you know, have a wonderful world left behind. Not like, again, I believe it's going to split into heaven and earth and hell on earth. But again, we got to focus on the things that are help bring heaven on earth, so that we can leave, you know, when we go to the higher dimension, when we move up, where we've left the people in that third dimension or fourth or wherever, it's a better place. It's a better place than it is now. And, you know, son, I mean, I go through some of the stuff. You got great stuff on Truth Mafia. I mean, just amazing stuff to wake people up. And I can't wait to have, it's always God's will, God's way. But if this gentleman comes on, he's been on some big shows now, and we've been corresponding back and forth. And I think that his perspective will give you all some more information. A lot of stuff lines up with, you know, some of the things that my son's talking about, for sure. You know, for sure, a lot of it lines up with things that I've studied and you know, the historical text and scriptures, right, of different religions, all right, and different books, and, you know, going and actually not saying, you know, I was raised in a household, and you know this, son, where I had the iron fist. You know, I'm the first year of Generation X. Generation X, we drank out of garden hoses. We slide down metal, freaking steel slides.
Y'all didn't know about the reptilian aliens when you was a kid yet, did you?
No, they didn't talk about that. But we were living with the reptilian parents who beat us with belts, that punched us, knocked us out. You know what I mean? That would leave us by ourselves forever. That we drink water hose, we banged up, we fall, bang, no baby, and no none of that. We were raised that way, okay? But it's interesting. Gen X, right? Gen X also, you know, so it's interesting. There's a lot of people out there, and I was telling my son earlier, you know, Gen X and the baby boomers, you know, there's a lot of patriotic people in those generations. But my declaration and my prayer to, or whatever you want to say, my conversation with God, my thanks to him, is that we get the millennials and also Generation Z to love their fellow brothers and sisters, to love their country, to make it better, to learn from the bad that's happened, and make it good, and make it good for everybody, and then spread that around the world, right? How many here is, you know, what do you want to give a number for being a patriot, TJ, versus, you know, put your, what you are as far as your, what generation are you? Baby boomer, Generation X, millennial, whatever. And then, are you a patriot? Put 1 for yes and 2 for no. Because I'm interested in finding out how many, you know, I'm meeting a lot of spiritual patriots out there. I'm meeting a lot of spiritual patriots out there. And I believe the spiritual patriots, because you need spiritual strength and fortitude. And that's a weapon of war that's going on right now in the freaking 4 and 5D that most people don't even understand. Okay. But we also need the patriot that is going to help put this thing together, rebuild this thing, because everything's got to come down. I mean, the healthcare system's a piece of garbage. The federal government, you know, let's just flush them down the toilet. We don't need anything from them. Nothing. We need them to just go away. go away. We got the states, we got the local, we build our communities, we grow our own food, we go localized like we used to be. We can do this the right way. We don't need to be involved with these satanic reptilian pieces of garbage, which is now losing a hold on the money supply because the big old dollar that you can print is falling apart.
Dude, and Patriot is 36 in reduction. So when I do them decodes that I do on people, the Neo code is the one connected to that 36 number. And it's a very powerful group of first player characters within that demographic. Dude, I think honestly, Dad, there's only about between 144,000 and 160,000 actual first player characters that are actually conscious and in control of their own reality. Some more than others. Some are still pretty asleep still. They don't really understand manifestation. They don't understand that they are the key. They can control and manipulate their reality. You know, some are better at doing that, but that's all tied to the number 36. And in Judaism, they believe every generation that there are 36 righteous men and women born that play a role in saving the world. And then you have a lot of connections to like telekinesis is 36. There's a lot of connections to them type of abilities with that code. So that's what's known as the Neo code 36.
Right, which is Patriots. So it's interesting, you know, because again, I'll give everybody, you know, my journey was that with this whole thing is I'm a patriot. My son knows I love this country and I love people. And, you know, that's been pretty much the way I've been my life. But, you know, as I've been the guy that really wasn't building anything patriotic related, I was just, you know, doing business online, building sites and conversion and sales, traffic leads and sales, growing network, building lists and perfecting follow-up. And I came into this patriotic thing. It was, you know, on to where my Patriots Network came to be because divine creator put me there, gave me the names, get everything.
What did we really do, Pop? Sold dog. We messed with dogs our whole life. And then you were the first person to ever even do that online the way we're doing it, you know? So
yeah, we got a lot of publicity back in the day and we dominated it all over the internet, but it taught me, you know, to be able to do these things. And what we're going to get ready to launch here on the 4th of July for all of you brothers and sisters, and TJ and I will be talking about it that week, and we'll bring it to your attention first, is something that's going to help us all to get together and get into an area in case we don't want to, you know, something happens to like, you know, YouTube or whatever. We all still want to be able to communicate and be able to do it in a platform where we're not going to be, restricted to say what we want to say. And we've been working on that platform, and we're going to be launching that whole thing. Our goal is on, you know, July 4th. Okay. And really working hard on bringing the patriotic community, spiritual, patriotic community from every generation together. And, you know, whether you call it praying or declaring or decreeing or thanking or whatever you call your conversation with the Most High, making sure that we're doing that and on for specific things and shutting down the darkness, man. Brothers and sisters, we can do it. We have power to do that. They have people, a handful of people that go into cities and they're meditators, professional meditators, and they meditate for weeks and weeks there, and the crime drops with a handful of people. Imagine with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, patriots coming together, not fighting over the minutia. Well, my religion is better than your religion. My politics is better than your politics. My sports team is better than your sports team. Idolizing all these freaking human beings, getting all that hogwash out of the way and focusing on what is really needed right now. And it isn't a bunch of fighting over things that really don't matter. And you think we've been lied to about everything else? We've been lied to about everything for control. And they create all these other things to divide us so that we don't come together and unite because they can't handle us uniting.
I'm working on a video right now, Pops, about lost lost Tartarian technology that they've tried to suppress, and that was through the last global reset that we went through. Because we go through these global resets, right?
It's been happened many times. I think that at one time, based on what this young man's saying, and the books that that he's been writing, he's got two of them. I'm through almost the first one, but we used to be a level 2 civilization. Now we're a 0.
Right.
On this planet, we used to have a level 2 civilization where we could go through the portals, the Stargates, and travel, all of that, and all the stuff, healing machines, everything like that. We used to be that way. We used to be that way, and then we're not now. We're back to.
A lot of people say that is because of this parasite that got into the AI. It's like a mind parasite, and that's them archon entities that are messing with humanity, and they act very much like a parasitic entity. They can't create nothing. First of all, they can only take something that's already created and manipulate it, Dad. So they can they're really good at taking like something like religion, right? That it's all outlined. Then they can take that religion and manipulate it 4 or 5 times and create a new religion built on that's completely false, but they build it on something that was real, but they just manipulate it. They don't have what we have, where we can create what's in our mind. We can take it and turn it into a reality, right? Because we have that that we were given from the source.
Well, yeah, once we are fully activated, and our frequency is at a certain level, right? When Christ came and he went through there's a lot of stuff that they don't tell you that Christ did, but when like, where's his books from the Essenes? Why did they not put the Gnostic texts in? Why did they kill the Essenes and the Gnostics? A lot of stuff, right? But when he brought that physical biological body and that spiritual light body together, and some people call it golden body or whatever, where it could just increase its frequency to wherever dimension it wanted to go, and it would appear, right? Boom. That's how why people said, "Oh, Christ walked through walls." Well, he increased his frequency, and of course you can walk through those walls and do all of those things. I got to tell you something. It's so important to make sure that you're keeping your frequency high. I just shared the link with you. I don't know if I'm coming out as Tommy Truthful. For some reason, Tommy, son, I come out with you when I share a link.
Oh, do you?
Why, I don't know. But that is the Healing Frequency Music channel, where you can listen and play, that music in your environment. You'll see a lot of it'll feel good for you. Like Brother Ryan seen. We had so many testimonials on our YouTube channel until the guy that we worked on with that, he just shut the channel down. But we still have the Facebook page, and I have the rights to all of those videos. I was given the rights to those when we were doing the project. So I will be putting all those back up on the YouTube channel, or some we could create even on the site.
You got to put them links in the description. I just got 2 videos taken down, and I didn't know what for, and it was for that you can't share links when we're live.
Okay, so should I delete that?
Yeah, get that out of there. They just took two of my things down for that, and I was wondering. I'm like, I don't share links in the chat no more. I used to do it.
Well, no, I mean, in the beginning we share it with the Truth Mafia Truth TV thing. So I thought that. Okay,
no, yeah, we should be fine. But I don't know. They keep hitting me for spam on it. So
that's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Like, other people can do it, but and what one's pinned? What comment do they have pinned? I can't see. I want the one pin that has sends everybody to our newsletter. That way they can.
I don't know. I'll look at that when we're done. But it's it's a shame that they're doing that. But that's why we need to gather everybody together in an area where we can do live broadcasts. We can do live chat. We can do all of that without having censorship, We can share what we want to share. We can say what we want to say without having censorship. And our brothers and sisters can do the same without having censorship. And that's what we're going to be bringing to you on July 4th. So,
Yeah, it's ridiculous what they do now, man. And was Justin Timberlake the one that turned into a reptilian, or was that the little dude? What was his name? There's another dude that is very famous, not Justin Timberlake. Um, I forget his name, or it might have been Justin Timberlake. Guys, is Justin Timberlake the one that was shape shifting um, at the court and the judge? Remember that video that went viral? I don't know if it was Justin though. But yeah, this whole thing being connected to that meme that went viral. Shout out to Donut for connecting that, because meme magic is a very real thing, just like sigil magic or manifestation magic. There's a form of magic that is tied to these memes that go viral, and it's been around forever. I mean, we can see it in the Egyptian culture on the walls.
well, unfortunately, a lot of these people that are famous like this, not all of them, but a big part of them have basically give up their life. They worship Lucifer. They worship
Right.
Satan, and they do a lot of evil shit, and they get caught up in where they get set up and all that kind of stuff that goes on, and then they own them, and it is crazy.
There's
What
right.
is going on with them, brother Donut? What's up, Donut? And so
That guy, the other one was not. It was Bieber, Justin Bieber. I get them two
Justin
mixed
Bieber.
up all the time.
Justin Bieber,
Justin
yeah.
Timberlake and Bieber. But I remember this guy, Jeremy Meeks, when he went viral. I mean, that was beyond viral. Donut, how many views did that meme get? Because it was crazy. Like every woman in the world shared that meme. And now it's the same thing they're doing with our boy Justin. What did Justin even really go for? I think it was something linked to driving.
Drunk driving or something.
Yeah, something linked to driving.
Yeah,
So,
he look, it's interesting where we're at right now as a human race. We really are. I think that you're going to see a lot of stuff. Son, you got more any more slides you want to show that we want to go through?
no, I mean, the only other one I didn't touch on was this girl that died, 32 years old, this country singer. She was out of Chile. And the only reason I'm looking at her, guys, is because we had that whole Chile fire, which they thought their city was burnt with direct energy weapons too. So, yeah, this is a recent girl that died at age 32. So I'll be looking into her coming up in the further.
A lot of deaths happening right now.
A lot, man.
A lot. Why we know a lot of these increases. I mean, you're talking increases across the board. We know where all that came from. We don't want to say it because we don't want to get in trouble, because there you can only say so much on Facebook. Now again, on Rumble we can say what we want, and there will be shows that we will be doing in the near future as you get into this community that will have different events that will be specifically broadcasting on Rumble, but then after the event's over it will be edited or chopped up in segmentations, and then create like an infomercial for that particular event, and then we'll put them on all these other platforms that have a problem. There's a way to do this that you can try to. My son's he's the master at rebuilding channels.
Oh yeah,
the master at rebuilding Facebook pages, the master at rebuilding YouTube channels. I told him I want to get him on the mastermind webinars and let him show people how he's bringing in the amount of people. I mean, there was a couple of months ago, we had almost 4.5 million reach on Truth Mafia's Facebook page. And so, people with, and that's with that's with not even spending a dime. That's all organic, traffic, and that's not something that a lot of people can do. Again, I think the content that's coming out of Truth Mafia is really good content, and that people are resonating with it. But we're getting ready to step everything up to the next level, because we all have to step up to the next level. I've got a parasite brochure that also will be in this. We're going to have a lot of different download PDFs and stuff in the community where, we're all, if we worm our dogs, we worm our cats, we worm our horses, we worm our cattle, we worm our pigs, we worm our rabbits, we worm everything except most people don't worm ourselves.
Yeah, and we are not doctors, so we cannot give you medical advice.
No, we're not doctors, but we're full of worms. So you got in this freaking PDF, it will show you just normal stuff that you can get at Amazon. We're not doctors, again, not giving any any medical device, but you're full of worms, just like everybody, unless you're worming, But also, we're looking at frequency.
That should be, because that will really.
We're looking at frequencies to kill all the parasites, the negative parasites in the body. So we're going to be talking about that in the future and bringing, solutions that can help people maintain a parasite-free body. Because when you've got parasites, what are they doing? Well, they're eating your nutrition. They're not letting you gather that. And Brother Zach said he's been. I don't want to say you take dog worming tablets, so woof woof to you too. But Brother Zach saying something about we use a dewormer twice a year for hundreds of years, and it stopped. Yeah, we used to use it. Isn't that interesting? We used to do deworming in the people of this country, and it stopped in the 50s, just like we stopped using hemp and started cutting down all our trees.
Are we going to talk about that stuff that helped me
today? Yeah. Let me. Yeah, I want to show something real quick, and I got to be careful, okay? But I'm gonna show it. Every problem that you have.
Yeah, this stuff is amazing.
Every problem that you have comes from the energy body. It starts in the energy body and then goes into the biological, right? Pretty much that's how it works. Let me see if I got it. I want to pull that up.
I'm just going to show them a before and after picture.
Yeah, but let's not get ourselves in trouble, because they don't want this out anywhere. They don't want this out anywhere, because not only does it deal with what it dealt for you, but it deals with I can't even say it. Okay.
Look at my leg there, guys. It looks so disgusting. And that all came from, it started as a spider bite that got infected due to my diabetes. I mean, I just went down a crazy rabbit hole to where I ended up with it looked like this on the picture on the left. And then 3 days after treatment was the first time that weird fungus looking stuff came off my leg. So I thought,
and we can't tell you what else it's done, for him. It's been a lot. And,
I can say what it's done for me.
Okay. I don't know if fake books will even let you do that, but.
Anyways, I'm not going to say it's done this for me, but since I started taking it, my blood pressure is lower, and I was taking a high blood pressure. I think a couple more weeks of taking that, maybe a month, I'm looking to try to get off that blood pressure, which Dad, it involves the way we eat too. You got to eat clean.
You eat garbage. No matter if you buy organic here in the United States or not, it's still mostly garbage. We got to start growing our own food. We got to start getting together and putting these community gardens together all over the United States and getting brothers and sisters to come together. I don't care if you have to grow it in a freaking building. You got to grow it outside. I mean, the great thing about the Dominican Republic, I can grow all year round down there.
And let me tell you a little secret with the soda industry, guys. Have you noticed all the soda in the world took out, well, here in the United States for sure, took out the cane sugar and put in this corn syrup, which makes our body swell. It's terrible for you, this corn syrup, but it's in all the sodas. Well, it used to be cane sugar, and this element, that's what it was found in, cane sugar. So it's funny that they took cane sugar out of everything.
Yeah, well, again, this company, I've been working with them since October. I don't usually work with companies that I don't have a piece of the action. I don't have a piece of the action here, but Scotty Sachs, who is get your beautiful leg off the screen, son.
Oh, okay.
Put me back up on the screen real quick. Okay, so my brother Scotty Sachs, who is involved with Sovereign Radio, and now I'm one of the partners, the team, and I, and again, TJ's my son, so he's a part of what we're doing. And so he came to me back last year in the third quarter, and he said to me, Jimmy, can you help me with this company, because they have that Nanosoma product, which, by the way, is made in a certain way that it penetrates better than the other ones out there. So it gets into where it needs to go. And I said, well, look, man, I said, I'll help you with the funnel because you're my friend and we're doing this business with Sovereign Radio to build out, the radio show, to syndicate it, and to build out this whole huge Patriot influencer network and put Patriot business owners together and Patriot brothers and sisters together to do the things that we're talking about. I said, but I got to try the product, and if it don't work, I don't even want anything to do with it, because I got to tell you, my team and I, we can sell anything, but we don't sell everything. Because if it isn't good for the people on the planet, I don't want to get involved in it. And I've been on this stuff since October, and we've been now rebuilding the sites, rebuilding all that. There's a link in the description, iwantmyhealthback.com/Truth Mafia. That's TJ's link. Click on that if you want to look around, and there's some videos we'll be posting, that page that you can look at, and all of that, and really dig into what's going on here. But let me show you why this is going on, in my opinion. And I'm seeing my team and I, we send out their emails, we see the testimonials. They had to go through and make testimonials compliant, because there was testimonials they were putting up there, they had on the PDFs and stuff. I said, oh, you can't put that up there. That's great. Hallelujah. But we can't put that up there because they want to stop it. They'll be coming out after us left and right with that. No doubt about it in my mind that's going to happen. But let me show you why this is happening. And we're working on the presentation now to be compliant. And I'm going to be able to give you all of the information as we do this. And the whole study that was done by a naturopathic doctor here of all the energy systems within the body, and what 5 sprays of this nanosoma did, and how you look at the energy body, how it's bam, 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 bam. It's like smash. This is not good. There's problems. Again, all issues that have to do with the biological starts in the energy. After 5 sprays, look at the energy. And I've got, I think the PDF on this deal is 20, 30 pages of this doctor's report that we're working on putting the compliant presentation together that we can share with people so they understand, if you work on the energy body, if you get the energy body in perfect condition, right, through stuff that you're going to use, frequencies you're putting in. Are you doing anything? I do Tai Chi Gung every day. I do breathing. I do tapping. I open up all my energy portals, chakras, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. You know what I mean? I make sure that my body, my spirit, my body, and my soul are working in harmony together, right? And getting
this stuff too, Dad, has a Swiss. Don't it have a patent on it?
Well, it has patents all over the world on it. Yes.
It's made in Switzerland.
Yeah. Yeah, it's made. Well, yes, and again, there you got to be careful with what you buy, because you want it to get into the cell. it's got a nano part. You got to be a small particle to really work it the way it does. And we've got Dave, not Hagman, Dave. Let me pull his thing up here on Sovereign Radio.
Guys, but you know me, I'm not going to tell you about something if I don't believe in it myself. And this stuff really helped me a lot. I'm still taking it, you know, and it doesn't have no bad taste or nothing. It just tastes like water, really.
Yeah, put me back on the screen real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the bottle of it. And I also use the cream. You see it's right in front of my computer because I use it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I used on my leg.
Oh, not the cream, the gel. I'm sorry, the gel.
Yeah, the gel is what I used. And guys, that link is down in the description. So you can click on the link, go check out the products. I'm telling you, this stuff is amazing. And it takes care of all the stuff we're getting blasted with. That's about all I can say on that.
Yeah, level. We can't say any more about that. We got to be careful about it. But what we're going to do is probably put together a private webinar that we're going to invite everybody to, with the founder, who's a 72-year young individual who's connected to the divine creator in a big way. He'll tell you straight up, this is not him. You know, this was brought to him, you know, from the person that put all the patents together all over the world. There's patents on this thing. And we'll, you know, be able to get into more of a depth conversation with Q&A too. You know, that's coming in the near future. We're going to do that ongoing because we can hold a webinar.
You know, we got to send Donut some of that stuff because I told him about it, but he deals with some things, you know.
No, this you see what it's doing for you with all your things going on and what it did for Dave Hodgins. I mean, that dude was like, you know, getting ready to get put on oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Now the dude's playing basketball. Okay? The dude was getting ready to be getting put on oxygen forever, meaning he had to live with the freaking, well, you know, with the tank up your nose and stuff. And now the dude's playing basketball. So, and he's got a big channel, the Common Sense Show. So, you know, these are some of the influencers we're bringing on too. But it's called, if you go to iwantmyhealthback.com/Truth Mafia, make sure you go to my son's link so that he makes his little commish so that he can, you know, that's how you pay for the channel and the team and all that stuff, right? That's the way you do it. By the way, we teach that too in the mastermind webinars. There's a link for a free membership down there too, where you can get access to my training with Jared and my team. Okay. And like I said, my son is the master trainer of all rebuilding Facebook pages, rebuilding YouTube channels. I don't know how many times he's done it, but a hell of a lot of times based on the years that I've been watching him do it.
And the AI is getting way better. It's learning, dude. So
well,
it's not working now. So you have to find new things all the time and learn new loopholes because that AI is learning at a crazy rate, Pops.
It is. And, you know, when we bring on, you know, if God willing, if, you know, we bring this gentleman on, this young brother, and he starts talking to you about the AI and what it's been doing, it's being eliminated though. You know, it is being eliminated, but you had said something, you know, we're talking about protecting yourself with EMF radiation. You know, I have a DPE system in my backyard that grounds all the electromagnetic pollution. So I really don't get real bad storms, even though around me there's storms, you know, like what we got going on with Texas. We don't get them super bad here because I got this device in my yard that grounds all this electromagnetic pollution and then also starts to repair above me, way up there, by the way, it's about a mile and a half around, but hundreds of kilometers up. And this thing grounds all that electromagnetic pollution. And really, it's been amazing. Our plants are growing bigger. I got an agricultural DPE. Our plants are getting, which means defend planet Earth, and our plants are getting bigger. We sleeping really good here. It's really helping a lot. But you got to get your environment, get your salt lamp, Make sure you got plants in your office. You know, make sure that you may be getting hydrogen and water. Take care of yourself. Get your spiritual connection at the highest level, because we are going to have one hot summer.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
it's going to be a real hot summer of wildfires, or maybe unwildfires, we should call them.
And weather like you've never seen before is going to be hitting this planet, because the shaking's happening because we got to wake more people up. And
Yeah.
the only time people wake up is when they're getting shaken. Right? I mean, think about the times in your life where you were shaken. Did it help you wake up, connect closer to the divine when the shaking happened? Usually the answer is yes. Usually when you look back and look at the things that gave you that leapfrog forward, you had to go through some kind of trial and tribulation, some kind of shaking in order to move to that next level. And the whole world is going to go through it. And again, yeah.
You know what or this girl said here, that the AI is learning about all of us, utilizing mobile phones.
100%.
It definitely is, dude.
100%.
Understand, there is something demonic about the whole AI. Like, you have to consent to it, and I don't think, maybe not all AIs are connected to that, or it could be all of them are tethered to that type of technology, and that's just what it is. But you know, like, guys, all these cool images I create these cool images using AI, or my decode boards that I make, you know, my slides, but I never trusted it. I just use it as a tool.
Well, you know, you're getting it to get you stuff done faster, to bring a visual point across. And but here, you know, you were talking the other day on our one show about Dad, is the AI. Well, the AI, now remember, you need a lot more juice for AI. You know that, right? For
Yeah.
what they're doing with these computers and these chips and all that, you need a lot more power.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Dude, their new Advantage pops is 5,000 freaking qubits. It started out at 128 qubits. Now this Advantage sells for like $15 million, and it's quantified. It's working in other dimensions. When you read about this shit, it's crazy what type of scenarios and simulations this thing can run.
Well, no, it does, and you need more power. So with more power, based on this system that we currently have, we get what? We get more electromagnetic pollution. What does more electromagnetic pollution do? Continues to eat the atmosphere and destabilizes the magnetic sphere. What happens if we lose the atmosphere and the magnetic sphere? Well, we're all moving to the next dimension. For some of us, are coming back again into another 3D world, right? A three-dimensional world. But some of us will be moving on to higher dimensions than the fifth, and all that, depending on where we're at in our spiritual journey with the Creator. But yeah, you know, AI is one person said it's evil, and
it was created at CERN, and that's where they created the whole www at CERN by Tim Berners-Lee, right? And then the first D-Wave quantum computer was created by Gordy Rose, where he stated, "We are summoning the Lovecraftian old ones." He even says this openly. And Q computer is 128. You know, CERN equals 128. Again, they created the computer at CERN. The Mandela effect is 128. And the Mandela effect is where CERN creates these parallel timelines through manipulating the time and messing with stuff. It's creating these slight variations where in one reality you remember the Berenstein Bears, but in another reality it's spelled another way, you know.
So almost like Dark Matter, right? Which I'll be watching tonight because another episode comes out.
Oh yeah, that last one was good. Did you like it, Pops?
It was pretty crazy. But, it is, you know, if you look at, don't think that the light forces are not using technology too, like the dark forces. But when you're at a certain level of frequency and dimension, you need nothing. You need none of this. You manifest instantly what you think. And that's why you have to come to a certain spiritual maturity. Because imagine if everybody was given the power of all the DNA, what they call junk DNA, and we were turned on, and all 12, the 7 chakras within, the other ones without, all 12 energy portals were firing on all 8 cylinders each. Do you know how powerful of a being you would be? You have to be under total control of love, because you could destroy things, right? Because whatever you're thinking, you're manifesting instantaneously. So there's not a lot of people that are going to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Because we get mad, all of us, you gotta be unconditional love, unjudgmental.
Yeah, there's people that think they can do it that probably ain't the right people.
It's a very small amount of people that will move to that level, right? But then there'll be other people that will move to, other dimensions that will be able to do more and more, where this technology is less and less meaning, has less and less meaning to it. Okay. When I can communicate to you wherever you are in the universe, and I can be wherever I want in the universe based on thought, or other universes and other galaxies just based on thought. I don't have any need for any technology. But right now, the battle we're here in the 3D, we got to utilize technology to our advantage, the advantage of the light. Because believe me, the dark is using it.
Oh, yeah.
We got to combat them. We got to combat them, and we got to use it for good, and getting the word out of what is being said, and waking more people up, waking as many people. We won't be able to wake everybody up, but hey, the more people we wake up, the more positive energy we can add to the equation of the light, and the more positive energy we can add to vibration and energy to the light, the more we'll be able to transition quicker. And that's what I'm interested in. I have people that I work with that are doing things and destroying darkness, that through the creator uses people, all through scriptures of all the different religions. The creator uses people, uses his sons and daughters. And there's darkness getting destroyed in other, all the creations. I mean, it's happening, and it's just getting more and more. I don't know the time, the day, the hour, but I can tell you that this is going to be one hot summer, and it isn't just about fires and heat. It's about a lot of other things. So make sure that
everything going on right now is all going back to CERN. They're putting all the energy into CERN. The new trending series is all about CERN. The new trending movie. I mean, they're putting that energy into CERN. They have been since the Great American Eclipse. And Dad, during that Great American Eclipse, I told you there was rumors that they really made a deal with some entities, some, might be reptilian, and they had to harvest the Loosh energy to be able to come over and from their dimension to our dimension. And they did that during that that eclipse that we had. Now, one thing about magic, Dad, Arthur C. Clarke, he said, any sufficient advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. So, like Lemuria, they went one way. They went more towards Mother Earth and living in frequency with everything, right? And that's a magic in itself. And then you had Atlantis that went more towards the technology aspect of it. So,
right, correct. And that's look what happened to Atlantis when it went through the technology aspect of it.
Destroyed itself.
Right?
Yeah.
It destroyed itself.
And dude, they got a whole legend about Lemuria, about a whole reptilian civilization under Lemuria. So that has been heavily connected to these reptilian entities for a long time. And if you look it up, you can find a newspaper article, It was an actual newspaper clipping of 1934, and it says Lizard Catacombs under Los Angeles. And it found all these catacombs with gold and stuff in it, and these reptilian humanoids that people are worshiping, you know? 1934 California, and this was in an actual newspaper clipping. It seems like they told us more back in the day than they do now too. Maybe they were ignorant to what was really going on. I don't know, but it's definitely fascinating.
Yeah, it's interesting time to be alive. And again, I told Cindy today, my beautiful wife, your stepmom, that let's go through and make sure we got we actually got a water machine, pulls water from the air. We got food storage. I got bullets. I got what I need, and then I just work. And if something happens, then I'll do what I need to do. Again, 1,000 can fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, and nothing touch you, based on your relationship, not based on your religion. I mean, people think, well, if I'm this religion, I'm stamped in and I'm good to go. No, you're not. No, you're not, because it's about the relationship. I see some people that are religious that just viciously attack people in comments.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're not supposed to judge anybody. You're just supposed to, work on yourself.
that's why I told you that I don't even get involved with that. I don't even mention it, bro, because certain people get mad at you. The only time I mention it is if I'm talking about my relationship
Yeah.
I have, but other than that, it's all been designed as a
The
divide and
divide.
conquer tactic. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And there's
Yeah.
so much emotion binded to it because it was a spell that they casted on us, and they binded a lot of emotion to that spell. So it was set up to divide and conquer, right? Order out of chaos, keep them. Uh, Catholics arguing with Christians, Jews arguing with Muslims. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same hustle that they pull on us.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back at who edited and who did a lot of these scriptures, it goes back to Nimrod and Nebuchadnezzar, Babylonian bloodline, reptilian, and satanic.
Yeah, they say
So
he's a draconian.
right. So how is Satan going to be editing things? Where's the 366 books of Enoch? There's three of them out, but where's the 363? Which was supposed to be the blueprint of everything that we need to know about everything. Okay. And
It,
that is not, wait till all of this knowledge is within us. Once we open up more and more and more and more of the DNA in the body, as more of that comes online, as the higher vibration we become, we're going to open up more of that knowledge. All of that knowledge is within everybody. Because God's within us and we're within God. All creation's within the Creator. So it's going to be it's an exciting time to be alive. Don't fear. Don't fear anything. We're going to be riding this through with you, and we're going to bring other people on to bring you more information and how to position yourself to not only survive but thrive through this, thrive through it. And as long as we can get online and have internet, we're going to be coming to you, God willing, always every week. And then other stuff we'll be bringing out. You'll have more, ability to communicate with what's going on and what we're doing and participate. I tell people information without implementation is meaningless. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. But when you have the right information and you actually implement it, it can change everything. It can change everything. Okay. We're in a very beautiful time, in history. We're all here for a reason. Every one of us on this live and on those brothers and sisters seeing this recording, we're all here for a purpose. We're all here for a purpose.
yep. Hey,
Right?
Dad, did you ever know that Nimrod is when he died and then he got resurrected from the underworld? That's him as Dagon. That's what that that the entity Dagon.
Yeah.
That's like Nimrod after he went to the underworld. There's this whole breakdown on that. But that even the ancients being worshipped, this ancient serpent race, uh, tied to H.P. Lovecraft's teachings. You know that he's a fictional writer, but like Cthulhu and Dagon, everybody thinks that just came up with his writings, but that's been around since ancient times. Dagon was he was a Philistine god. You know, he was the god that when they took the Ark of the Covenant, they took it to the Philistine temples, and their golden statue of Dagon in the morning when they came in, it was found laying like at the feet of the Ark of the Covenant. So it fell in front of it, right? But
Yeah.
that was that. That they were worshiping that god, that Dagon thing, and that's what I think. These people that are going into these type of rituals or meetings, as Alex Jones likes to call them, he says they stop their heart, go into these meetings where they're speaking with these entities known as elves or many different names and the fallen angels, but they're coming back out with technology that actually works, that's actually tethered to them entities, and their whole smart grid, their smart cities, it's all been to enslave us, you know, and get us trapped more into that grid. I mean, the 128 connection to CERN, to their quantum computer, it's all the smart cities. That's what they're doing right now, building their smart cities, opening the pit, which the pit is tethered to these smart cities and them technologies. So when you're building this new kingdom, this digital kingdom, you know, it's allowing this other stuff to happen and manifest because they're putting so much energy into that. But all we can do is block our energy and make sure we don't fear, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to nothing fear. I sleep like a baby. I'm not afraid of anything because again, I'm immortal. My spirit never dies, never can die. And so I don't worry about any of that stuff. But make sure that you have what you need for your family and you. If you know the lights go out or we go down for any period of time or whatever's going to happen, we got a whole political battle going on. We got a military battle going on. We got a spiritual battle going on. So there's a lot of battles going on. But let's focus on the solutions. I thought I seen a comment about, here it is. Brother Carlos, look what he said. I'm moving to the Dominican Republic in July. Believe me, Brother Carlos, my wife and I, Cindy and I, if we didn't have our adult kids with us and our grandson, we would have sold everything and went and lived into our apartment in Dominican Republic and not got back. Okay. The reason being is I can grow food all year round there. It rains. The ground is fertile. Stuff grows like crazy. They're not allowing people to poison the soil and do all that and get all your stuff right off the ground. I even told my son, TJ, that we'll bring him down there too. You know, we could broadcast Truth Mafia and MPN right from Dominican Republic. Yeah. So
yeah. You know, I'm down. But I mean, when my boy Donut went down to Mexico, Dad, he said, Donut said when he came back, like instantaneously, he felt the energy change when he got off the plane. When he went down there, his skin cleared up. He was sleeping better, you know, and then once he got home, bam, everything hit him again.
Yeah, it happened to me here too this time. And I have that DPE that helps control the impact of that. And, you know, being by the ocean, smelling that fresh air, being in that environment, eating that fresh food, my gosh, what a difference it is. I mean, it's just an amazing difference. And, you know, that's what we need to get the United States back to. We got a lot of beautiful places in the United States, beautiful, beautiful places. And, you know, God gave us this country and we need to get it back to where you can feel like that when you get home.
Yeah, but dude, it's an experiment, Pops. I'm telling you. I think the United States is really an experiment, bro, where like anything goes, you know, and they're experimenting on us with their weather technology. They're experimenting on us with food weapons, all different kinds of stuff. I mean, whoever thought you would be able to control the population through food? But they're doing it. And you speaking about the food places burning up, that's just more of that agenda where they're going to control the supply of food. How do you take over a people, Dad? You control the energy in the food.
Right. And the water.
Bread and circus, right? You keep
And the
them.
right.
You
And the
keep
water.
Yep. Bread, water, and you keep them entertained, bro. Rome been doing it for years. So all these new movies coming out, I like decoding them and stuff. It's fun, but really, it's not that, like, watching a movie's not that important. But I think the decodes are a little more important because I believe it has an effect with breaking the spell for the people that have not woken up. So then they see something for the first time and they're like, wait a second, that is crazy right there. And it gets them to look, what I call with eyes to see, where they finally start seeing things for what they truly are. So it's good for them people that are freshly waking up. But for the other people, yeah, the movies are just a part of their control to keep us entertained and distracted.
Yes, yeah, 100%. A sister asked about the water machine that I have, and it's called H2O machine.com. H2O machine.com. So H and then the number 2O machine.com. And
Well, if
that's
you
where
can
I got
show it
that.
you can show it, Dad, and
Yeah, hold on, let me show it. And I just, in my discernment, it was like, Jimmy, get this machine because maybe I can help our neighbors, and help people that need help. But this is the machine that I got. And it makes 15 gallons of water a day.
Does the water taste good?
Yeah. Yeah. It's got filtration system and everything in it.
And we don't make nothing for this, so
No.
not a penny.
No. And this is just, showing you because, I want to make sure, that we have water to drink. I mean, over in the Dominican Republic, I can go drink right out of fresh streams and stuff. Over here, it's different. It's a big difference, right? And that's unfortunate. But be optimistic, pray, meditate, declare and decree, give thanksgiving, do all of those things. Keep your eye focused on the solutions. Keep your eye focused on your family. We got some stuff we're bringing out to help you. If you need to make money by spreading the word, this system is going to allow you to make money by spreading the word. And we're going to be helping bring other things out to help people make a living by living. A lot of people, unfortunately, are going to not have jobs in the future because between robotics and AI, and they're moving full steam ahead, that's going to take a lot of people out of work. But you'll be able to, learn how to do affiliate marketing, learn how to build your own brand, learn how to build an audience, learn how to give content to that audience that is something of value so they get to know, like, and trust you. And then you can refer them stuff that you believe in, but always make sure that it's good for the people on the planet. It's the right kind of company and product, and that you're not just doing it to do it, because that's not moving in a higher level of spirituality. If you're just doing it for the money,
Right.
that's not. So, yeah, thank you, Sister Catherine, for
Well, I
putting
don't do
that there.
nothing just for the money. I gotta believe in it
Of course. I mean,
before
100%,
before I
100%.
put my name on it, because my people, they trust me, bro.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, the one thing is, your word means everything. And like I was telling somebody the other day, I have no time for people that don't keep their word. I have no time for people that don't follow through with what they're going to say they're going to commit to. I don't want to be involved in negative energy. We got to keep ourselves positive and vibrating at a high frequency. So, son, you want to take some Q&A, and then
Yeah,
we can.
I think
Okay,
we already did 129 minutes, so
that's not bad. 129 minutes. Why don't you give us? Anybody got any questions you want us to answer, or any comments, or anything that you want to say? Please say it.
we'll see how the story develops in the next couple of days with what's going on with these fires in that area. And the fires, they were evacuating the people towards Roswell, and they even said that other locations were cut off, forcing them to go that way, which I did find kind of weird. So we'll see what develops with that whole story. But they're warning of major storms. I mean, dude, I feel like for the last couple of weeks, Dad, it's just been storm after storm after storm. Like, I never seen nothing like this, bro.
No, it's only going to get worse. You remember me? Let me show the Healing Frequency channel, because they wanted that one. I can't put the URL in there because I don't want to get us in trouble.
Yeah, we can't put
So
it.
this is it right here. Healingfrequencymusic.com. Go there. Go ahead and play the music. Listen to the music, and you'll feel the difference.
You can drop that in the private chat, and then after the video, I'll add it to the description, so it'll be in the description when people watch this back.
Okay. Oh, I don't think I have a private one, but
Private chat, yeah, it says right there, private chat. You don't have that? So right above recording and below band.
Oh, okay. I don't see it. Recording, private chat. I see it. All right.
I'm saying, what the hell?
There you go. All right.
That's where if you ever want me to open something or something like that, you just put it there.
The water machine is H2O machine.com. So H2O machine.com.
How much is something like that? Is that affordable for people?
I mean, there's different units, smaller units and stuff. You can also go on Amazon and compare. Also look if somebody's got one for sale. I mean, I just need it because there's really no major water walkable from my house here to, wherever I could gather water, or have, Junior and Michael go gather water. So I just thought it was a necessity to get it. And, and again, maybe you're doing it as a group, a couple neighbors are getting together and just, working together to say, hey, if something does happen and we have an interruption in, whatever, we can work together, as brothers and sisters, and protect each other.
Yeah.
Right.
100%. We definitely got to be doing that, and I'm actually working on your decode, Dad. I'm hoping that we can fit it in like in probably 2 weeks from now, where I'm going to do a deep one on you, slides, and go over all that stuff.
Okay.
So I think that'll be fun, And when do we find out if that guy's going to come on?
I'll know tomorrow. That's why we're getting on the call, to schedule him in, to get him on, and, to get him in as a guest, and, bring him in to where we can, get this knowledge out to the folks.
Yeah, I'm excited about him. I've released a few of his videos, and my people love this stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, with that being said, all the links are in the description. So if you want to, the most important link down there is the one to sign up for our daily newsletter. So you don't miss out on these type of shows or anything I'm doing. You'll get it in the daily newsletter. And then you'll see the links to our sponsors down there, the Nanosoma, the stuff that helped me. That link is down there. Amazing stuff. So all the links are down there. If you want your Gematria decode, that link's also down there. And use promo code Decode the Matrix. We're out of here, guys.
Okay, take care. Love you all, brothers and sisters.
See y'all, guys.